Today's a tough day. Today's a hard day. And I hope that everybody at home, you give that person next to you whatever thing you have wrong in your life with them. If this might be small or big, let that shit go. Doesn't matter. I know I curse. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
None of that stuff matters, man. This is it's about life and being precious with every damn second we have here. Because from somebody who knows who almost happened to me like that, man, it's just over. It's done randomly, arbitrarily.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me is Terrell. And that was Jay Williams yesterday leading us into this podcast with the tragic and sudden passing of Kobe Bryant. We have to talk about it. Terrell, let's just start. Where were you, and what were your initial reactions when you heard what happened yesterday?
Oh, man. I was at home, just casual Sunday, and then one of my friends, Brandon, texted me and said Kobe died in all caps, and I was like, "What?" Like, I read it and then really didn't understand what was going on. Really couldn't really digest it and understand. And then someone else said what, and then of course I had to Google it, or I got on Reddit, and looked it up, and I saw that TMZ article that Kobe had died in a car crash. I mean, not a car crash, a helicopter crash, and it was really saddening. And at first, I really truly didn't want to believe it, and sure enough, as time went on, it was confirmed that it was Kobe. And then what really hit me hard is when I figured out his daughter was with him, and that was just super sad. I'm sad for the families. Prayers to Kobe's family, his wife Vanessa, and his 3 daughters he has left. It's just super sad situation we got going here. And NBA is doing the right thing. What they're doing is showing their respects to Kobe. I mean, he was a true pioneer of the sport. So I'm really taken back by this. So.
Yeah, I was kind of the same. I was playing Xbox, and I was casually scrolling through Twitter, and then I saw the first tweet no, this isn't real. No, Kobe, tell me it's not real. I was like, well, okay, what's going on? So I flipped over to the news tab, and it was Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash, and I was like, what? And I don't normally get too messed up by hearing stuff like that. It's sad, especially celebrities and stuff die, but it I just had this pit feeling in my stomach, what? Because he had that, LeBron passed him Friday night for 3rd all time in scoring, and he had that beautiful tweet to LeBron telling him to keep moving the game forward, and it was really nice. So it was kind of just he happened to be super fresh on the mind, because I was just watching that game, and I was like, that's unreal. And then all the news stories came out, all the hearsay, and then it was really crushing when his daughter was also on board, 13 years old, trying to go to their basketball practice, and the others, 9 total in the crash, a couple other young girls and some family members and the pilot. So really just a tough thing all around. Let's talk about maybe what do you think his impact is going to be long term? How are people going to remember Kobe?
I think they're going to remember for the fierce competitor he was, a true Laker, played the Lakers all through his career. That's how they remember Kobe, just being the guy who, could go get it done. He's been an ultimate competitor.
Mamba mentality.
The Mamba mentality. I think all the stories, when people pass away, they tell stories. And I think all the great stories have been about his competitiveness and the things he's done, behind the scenes and stuff like that. Some pretty funny stories. I think Lou Will shared a story today is that they get blew up by Portland, and he went into the locker room. He took all the Kobe's away from everybody. He said, "Y'all too soft to be wearing these shoes." So in true Kobe fashion, competitor at all points and times. And, I think that's the legacy he's going to leave with the NBA. I know there's been a push for the NBA to change the silhouette,
the logo,
Kobe.
Yes,
the logo to Kobe. I don't know if that's the right move. It sounds like a reactionary move. I'm not not that I'm against the.
Well, they've been looking to change it for a while now from Jerry Wood. They want to update it, and
they definitely do. But I'm for them changing it. I just don't think you automatically just change it, because all these people signed a petition or whatever. I do like the thought of retiring number 24.
It's
everywhere,
that's a
throughout
good.
the NBA.
That was a good idea. Also, I
Right.
like the logo thing just because it's kind of a big responsibility to put like a living player on the logo. Like that's the logo, especially if you're going to change it from Jerry West. It's iconic, and I think everyone would probably be behind it if they wanted to update. Because they wanted to update it, and it's just like kind of like yeah, that's Kobe.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt. I'm 100%. If they go for changes to Kobe, yeah, I'm great for that. I'm all for it. I just think people are going to taking a reactionary step to changing it
it's a
to
little early.
Kobe.
Yes, it's very early to
Yeah,
make any
like I'm
decisions.
nothing against doing that. I think I would like honestly the retiring 24 throughout the league. I
Like
think
they
that's it.
baseball did with Jackie Robinson. No
Jackie Robinson,
no
something like that.
42s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. The Mavericks have already done it. Mark Cuban, he always does things. I should say always. He always does things the right way when it comes to players and treating players and having respect for players. You saw that with Dirk, and he's doing that with Kobe. He really truly understands what these players, what they do to the league, and the magnitude they impact on the league. So, yeah, that's
It,
great.
it
I like what I'm seeing from everybody.
Yeah, it was the 24-second shot clock violations teams were taking, or the 8-second backcourts, because got 8 and 24 retired. He's got 2 numbers retired for the Lakers. And, it's really just really, really sad because he was one of the few guys that was, his post-career seemed like it was almost getting bigger than his career was. And the man won 5 titles, as a superstar in LA. He won the Oscar last year for his Dear Basketball. He was coaching his daughter's teams. He was doing investments in business, they said. So it's just
Yeah, I mean,
it
we
was
were
just
seeing
sad.
Kobe the dad. I think we were seeing Kobe being a dad, which was, I think, everyone really truly enjoyed. Seeing him and Gigi at courtside at basketball games, and him coaching her and different things like that. I think everyone really loved that. They were, I think there's been, some, people maybe as Kobe's gone through his NBA career, he's learned, been maybe
He's
a
much more
disliked
relatable.
player,
He's
but
being he's relatable. He's down to earth.
yeah, he's came to be relatable. People are starting to love, the post Kobe. I think people are really, really were starting to buy it. No, not really. I should say buy into it, but really starting to love him and everything. So it was great to see. I was happy to see it. So but yeah, it's ultimately it's just really sad that we're at this point and that happened.
And I'm sure he'll say, unfortunately, he was just being a great dad. Taking his daughter to practice, trying to be there, coach her, and stuff. And it's just an awful situation. So I think we're just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna let him send us out.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
Okay, we're going to move on now to a little bit more upbeat. We're going to get things backed up. We got the Super Bowl this weekend, Terrell. Your Chiefs are in it. Chiefs Niners. Where do you want to start with this thing?
We go right after it.
All right.
Let's talk about what everyone wants to talk about. Let's talk about the Kansas City offense versus the San Francisco defense. That's the matchup everyone's talking about.
This is the sexy matchup because everybody loves Mahomes and that Chiefs offense, and how can you not? It's so damn good and it's scary. They got Tyreek Hill, they got Sammy Watkins, they got Hardman, they just got speed running everywhere.
Don't forget Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah,
Please don't
Travis Kelce, the WWE superstar, also at tight end, and Damian Williams has really come on as a good little, at least catching the ball out of the backfield for them too lately because he seems like he's healthy. And the Niners defense, classic, get after the quarterback front four so they can drop into coverage and they lock up everything.
With just forward too.
Yeah, that's the big key because I saw the stat Mahomes versus the blitz is like the highest rated QB this season. He just torches you if you blitz him, but he's not that great if you can get applied pressure with just 4. So that's going to be the key. Can they buy him enough time to, let the receivers get downfield, get open? Because San Francisco's a little suspect on the back end, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think they are. I think I don't imagine Richard Sherman.
Yeah,
who's he going to run with?
Yeah, who's he going to run with?
Is he going to try to run with Tyreek Hill?
No.
I think they played played last year.
Yeah, they
early in
played
the
last
year.
year. It was the game Jimmy G tore his ACL actually last
Yeah,
year.
it's a game. Yeah, it's a game Jimmy G towards. And I'm pretty sure Sherman wasn't hurt yet. I think he was running with Hill, but I'm sure they're gonna play the zone. There's no way they're gonna try.
It's also a different team. They have they're a different looking team than they were last year, especially
Yeah,
on the defensive front
for
with
sure.
Nick Bosa bringing the heat.
And I know their other corner is like they're like down to the second or third corner on the other side. So I think Sherman's great, but I just don't imagine them trying to play man to man. Him, trying to run
Well,
with.
yeah, he's
He'd
not a
be
lockup guy.
Samuel. Yeah, he's not. It could be McCole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, Hill. I don't see him really running with any of them. I mean, Demarcus Robinson can fly too. So
If he can catch the ball.
Yes, if he can catch the ball. Yeah, I see the back end being a little of like a question mark for the 49ers, which again brings the sexy matchup like you mentioned. It's really interesting to see because there's holes on both ends to really exploit. The Chiefs offensive line at times haven't been great, and the 49ers defensive line is really good. And we talked about the receivers for the Chiefs are really good, and the back end for the 49ers probably, it's got a couple holes there. So it's going to be exciting to watch. I'm excited for it. I also am very nervous.
I can imagine.
but throughout the playoffs, we've leaned on the offense, and the offense has always came through. So, yeah, it should be exciting to watch, and I'm here for it. And I can't really tell you. I don't know which side's gonna favor it. It's gonna favor or not. I'm more than happy to get in the shootout with San Francisco. I think that favors the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think San Fran really wants to get in the shootout. Because I think Jimmy G, not that Mahomes won't throw us the ball, I think Jimmy G will throw us the ball once, and that might be all Mahomes need to really
to
skip
put
ahead.
You can put the step on the gas at that point.
Step on the gas.
You got a 10-point lead and you get a cheap pick and it's a short field and you can go up 17 in the third quarter or something like that. If it's one of those kind of games. And you saw it when Jimmy G had to throw the ball against Minnesota. They hit him, they got pressure, they picked him off, and they made him look really uncomfortable. So that's definitely their weak spot. But going to Kansas City, I can guarantee you San Francisco's defense is not going to let Mahomes roll out to the right. Because when he can roll out to the right, that boy has all day to throw, and he loves doing it. Not to say he can't make a throw from the, backed up from the pocket or whatever. He's got a cannon. But I think he just, it buys those receivers a little bit more time to get that extra, separation that they need. I'm really excited because I think Andy Reid's going to have draw up a great game plan for this one. And I'm just telling you, I've been seeing it all year. Nick Bosa, the way he crashes and they play that zone behind him, they're going to catch them in a crash, and Patty's going to roll out to the left and have all day to throw and hit a big, big play downfield, I think. So that's what I'm hoping for, and I can feel it coming. They're going to catch Bosa cheating on a little naked. They're going to go naked, weak side boot, and he's going to be open, and he's going to have Tyreek or Kelsey running 40 yards downfield. So I do like Kansas City in this matchup just because I've seen San Francisco get beat before on the defensive side of the ball. They've been in a couple high-scoring games. So now we can flip it to the other way. Can the Chiefs stop San Francisco's run?
Man. It's another test of the run defense again, right?
Yeah, it's totally different kind of run game.
No, you're not wrong. Totally different type of run game. And I was on record to say that they were going to give up 250 yards to Derrick Henry, and they proved me wrong. And then they've been better throughout the year. I'm not sold on the run defense. Like you said, Andy Reid's going to have a great game plan. Kyle Shanahan's going to have a great game plan too. I'm actually, when we start talking about it this way, I get really nervous. Not that I don't trust the Chiefs. I just like Kyle Shanahan is a mastermind in itself, and what he can do, with the playbook. And he doesn't even need Jimmy G to really do things like, he might need Jimmy G to make a drive or whatever. But at times he's done it. Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's true. He looked a little shaky the first time. I think it was when they got with Seattle. That late drive in that tight game, their first loss of the season. He looked a little like he had some happy feet, but then he had a couple of game-winning drives. The second time against Seattle, he had, he got them in position, and then but Seattle got the stop and got the ball back or whatever, but he got them the field goal. So he's looked better in late situations. So I can see that too. It's that zone run game. It's so hard to stop. Shanahan draws it up.
Oh my gosh, it can gash you so easily. Because the thing is, the zone running game, it could gash you, or you could make a big play. It's really one or the other. Because if you miss, if they cut back and you are overflowed, he cuts right underneath where the linebacker was. And if you hit the gap really hard, you can get him for a 2-yard loss. Like, it's really give and take here, and I feel like I've seen San Francisco gash people more than they've
way too much give than it is take. They're giving it right down your throat. So I agree. I mean, I watched it firsthand, and it's tough. It was really tough. Like, I don't want to toot the Vikings horn, but it's like if they pushed us around on defense and we're physical on defense. So I do like Kansas City's athleticism. They've been playing fast with your boy Dirty Dan, filling those, doing that run, kind of that run stopper. It felt like he was playing that spot, just go fit a gap.
Obviously, also with Matthew too.
Yes, the Honey Badger, of course.
Honey Badger's been playing great. So I'm excited to see what's going on and what they have going for them. And I think what will suit the Chiefs best is to forget to get up. I know this is hypothetical, and this is really easy for me to say on this podcast. Is to get up, make San Francisco more into a throwing team. They're never gonna abandon the run. But then that's when we can get after Jimmy G, Steve Spagnuolo. That's his sport. That's his thing.
Bread and butter, playoff pass rushing. That's
his thing. So I hope that's the case, and we'll see. But I'm terrified of Kyle Shanahan. I think he has 2 or 3 things up his sleeve that are just gonna blow the game wide open. I think Deebo Samuel is gonna be absolutely playmaker for this team. Emmanuel Sanders has always given the Chiefs trouble. He's been Denver forever. He's always given them trouble. So, I am very nervous. But like I said, if it gets into a shootout, I like the Chiefs, though. I do like the Chiefs.
You'll take the Chiefs D to get a stop against Jimmy G rather than the Niners D to get a stop against Mahomes. So,
not necessarily. Yeah, I guess to say a stop.
You're taking your team in a 2-minute situation with the lead, having to defend a lead or have to go score to win the game. And I agree with you. I would be okay with being in either situation.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just San Francisco shoots herself in the foot. I think Jimmy G gives us the ball back. Not that I think everyone does everything they're supposed to, and he makes a bad mistake. So I'm kind of just saying he's the one who does the wrongful. Essentially, to get the stop that we need, not the whole offense in the whole. That makes sense.
Yeah, so he'll F up, and it'll be a nice bad read or something. It is hopeful, but I do like the Honey Badger. Like you said, the Honey Badger seems to always make a big play in big games. Like that was his MO in college on the biggest stage. So I could totally see Jimmy G screwing up right there and giving him the stop. But I like this game to be in the 30s, I think, and that definitely suits Kansas City when it's all said and done. The coaching matchups, both equal, like you said, Kyle Shanahan is frightening, and Andy Reid, he's always got a great game plan, and then Pat Mahomes erases any sort of time management or challenge issues he seems to have. So whatever that knock is on him. So X factors.
I told you.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to hire me to take care of their timeouts.
I say the same thing. I do say the same thing. Just no, don't take a timeout.
No, you can't. Sir, can we take a time? Nope, you can't. Keep it moving.
Should I challenge that? Do not challenge that. You're going to lose that challenge. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I need somebody to hire me to do that because I would be excellent at that. Listen, start the second half. Listen, I look you right in your eye. You're not using any timeouts. This is the type of game we're in.
You're gonna know how to do multiples of 40s or whatever. This is how much time. If you take a timeout here, this is how much time you're gonna have left. When after this 2 last down, when we get the ball back, you're gonna have 1:10 left. You're gonna have no timeout.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I should probably figure out how to use numbers really well though. But yeah, I would definitely want to be that guy because I would save a lot of coaches their jobs.
If only it was that simple. That's why coaches are getting fired.
Yeah, if only it was that simple to be like, yeah.
So
Um,
so X factors. You thinking Debo Samuel or Emmanuel Sanders are you going to be your X factor in this game?
um, it's kind. I can't use both, right? You
Yeah.
can't say both are X
No, but
factors.
you think one of them? You're thinking
Yeah,
you're
I think
leaning
one of
that
them.
way.
I think one of them makes a play. I think Bourne. I think someone on their core receivers
Receiver.
makes
Probably
a big play.
the weakest part of their offense. Everyone
Yeah,
would
the weakest
agree.
part of it, but they always seem to make play, and I feel like Bourne's gonna be the one to make a play late, and that's gonna piss me off out of nowhere or something like that. So,
Oh,
I sure hope not, but
I
I
don't
think that's
expect you to be functioning at that point late in the game.
man. That's another thing. So another X factor, I guess, since we're on X factors, and we'll hit the next thing. I have something to ask you,
Yeah.
but who else would be another X factor for me on the Chiefs? I think it has to be Sammy Watkins.
That's a good one. I like that little sleeper
He
Sammy.
See, yeah, Sammy Walker. Every time, I don't know if there's a stat if Sammy Walker plays good, they play good or not. But it just seems every time he gets involved and he's involved in the game, they're really moving the ball. It's like, oh yeah, we got Sammy Watkins too. That's a 30-yard
Oh
catch.
yeah,
Like,
We're spending what are they spending $16 million or something on
yes,
his
something ridiculous. It's like, oh yeah, okay, that's nice. And then so another I think is going to be crucial for the Chiefs to win. I'm just going full homer mode right now.
Yeah,
Um, special teams, they have not been like
they've been
I
awful.
honestly they've been awful in the playoffs, especially lately. But like it's so weird because this special teams coach they have was like 2 years ago getting like interviewed for head coaching jobs. Like they were that good at special teams. It was like the year Tyreek Hill really got on the scene and they were like blocking punts,
And
returning
he
punt
running kicks
return,
back everywhere.
running
Yeah,
kicks back everywhere. So I don't. We have the same guy. I just don't know if he's lost a step or what. I can't really blame him because
maybe they haven't changed everything necessarily, and people have a lot of film on. Like you said, they know the snap counts. Like for the block field goals and punts, they know when the ball's getting snapped.
maybe
Maybe the long snapper's a little slow. Who
I don't know. I don't really know what it is. It's something, but maybe he's telling them what to do and they aren't listening. That could be it. Nah, hey, I think that's what we get in trouble. This is a sidetrack. This is what we get in trouble with coaches sometimes. It's like we put so much blame on the coaches, and it's like we don't know if the coaches are telling them to do the right thing and players still don't do the wrong thing. So we know just like players sometimes they just don't listen. They don't do what's smart or whatever. And coaches could be telling them to do the right thing and they don't. And it always seems to fall back on the coaches and never on the players. I mean, do players do get cut?
special. Yeah, I was gonna say special teams. You're probably a fringe guy, and if you're not listening to the coach, your ass is out of there. Like if they keep telling you to do something,
this late in the year, you're not cutting anybody for any of that stuff. You're just like chewing their ass. But I don't know. It's one of those things. Like I sure hope that that's not a problem. But on the flip side, Bucker is a really good kicker. So is Robbie Gold. So I think
Rob, what did he kick like a 56-yarder in the NFC Championship game? Old man Robbie.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious that the Bears didn't want to keep him around. And they've had all that kicking issues, and it's hilarious. Yeah. So I do like that. I think X factor for me. I think Damian Williams, as weird as it seems like, Damian Williams running the ball. If they can run the ball against San Francisco, pick up 4 yards here, 5 yards there, within the occasional run, it's really going to, slow down that pass rush and buy Mahomes all that extra time. But they've been a lot better with Quan Alexander stopping the run San Francisco has. So if they can get those runs off, I really like that. So Damian Williams, X factor for me. And then a guy we haven't heard for San Francisco, it's kind of weird to say he's an X factor, but I haven't heard anything about George Kittle catching the ball. It's been all about his block and all about their running. And I think maybe George Kittle is going to...
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
I think he's a big X factor because Kansas City's pretty good at stopping tight ends, aren't they?
Yeah, they usually put, Dirty Dan and a Honey Badger on him. And then Dirty Dan, he is what he is, but...
he'll at least tackle him.
Yeah, he'll at least that's for sure. He will definitely tackle him. I would say this: he'll get him down no matter what. At all costs, he'll get him down. It might not be the legal way, but he'll get him down. So, I think they do fairly well against tight ends. They see Kelsey all the time in practice, probably.
That's true. It's not the worst person to go against. They're a little bit different because Kittle is a lot more of a run blocking threat than Kelsey is, so they can sneak Kittle out every which way from those run heavy sets which is kind of scary. So I think Kittle's X factor. All right, I'm not gonna make you pick the game because I know where you're gonna pick. Because if you didn't pick the Chiefs, I would be, I would probably not be your friend anymore if you didn't pick your own team to win the Super Bowl. So,
I got him. I got him all the way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make my pick. I have a
no. Oh Lord.
What
I'm gonna get nervous. I get nervous when people make picks.
I know.
Nick did it the other day. He's like, the Chiefs are gonna win. I was like, yo, chill out.
I know.
The game has to knock on some wood.
And then you were down 10-0. You were like, oh shit. Started knocking on wood. All right. I have to make the pick for the game. I'm not doing our fans justice if I don't make the pick for the game. I have just a weird. The matchup was set. I've watched both these teams. They're the two best teams, I feel like, in the playoffs. I love the Super Bowl matchup. I just have a weird gut feeling. 34-31. Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl 54 champions. I have a gut feeling. I know you're not happy. I told you when the playoffs started, I loved Kansas City to make a Super Bowl run. They're going to get it done, hopefully. I'm not going to be, I'll be sad for you if they lose. I will be pulling for the Chiefs. But I just want a great football game, and I think we're going to get a great football game.
Do I go to a Super Bowl party? Not that I have many Super Bowl parties to go to, or if I don't even know any Super Bowl parties to go to. But if someone asks me, hey, do you want to come over and watch Super Bowl with us? Do I go, or do I sit in my apartment alone with Rocky to watch Super Bowl and maybe be happy alone or be in my misery alone? Like, what do I do here?
So
asking for.
I know. So as someone who was almost in the situation 2 years ago and is, we were making plans. I'm the kind of person that likes to watch the game alone, like just me or my dad. Like, I think it depends how you are. I would almost rather. It's almost acceptable. Maybe have some people over earlier in the day. So like you said, you don't like watching the pomp and circumstance. You're going to just start getting nervous, even though the Super Bowl is nothing but pomp and circumstance from, 12 o'clock to 5 when they kick off. So maybe hang out with some people, go out, maybe go to a bar or something, have a couple, drinks, maybe lighten the tension a little bit, and then have your setup. And if they win, you're out in Seattle. It's going to be early enough. You can go out and celebrate all you want if they win, with all the people. I'm sure everybody would love to see you and have you over in a good mood. And if, things don't turn out great, you can, curl up and cry yourself to sleep.
Call in to work, right?
Yeah.
Call in to work.
Oh, dude, never. This needs to be okay, let's get to this. We had MLK Day like 2 weeks ago or whatever. Yeah. Why can't MLK Day be the Monday after Super Bowl? That should be a national holiday. Nobody work. That's the most called in sick day in the United States. Let's just have that day off. It's not a big deal. It's February. It's Black History Month also, so it fits perfectly.
Oh my god!
It fits perfectly.
Oh yeah, you take that to the people who do dates and holidays and stuff.
I'm gonna talk to them because this is. Hey, Fox was making a push. They were making a push to make Super Monday a national holiday. They have seen the commercials running.
Oh really?
Yes, Fox was pushing. I'm sure we're gonna see some commercials during the Super Bowl.
Are they trying to get people to stay at home all day Monday and watch their TV shows?
They're trying to get people to take. They're trying to get Monday off. They're trying to get it a national holiday, Super Monday. I don't think my dad has gone to work in 35 years. The Monday after Super Bowl, and he imparted that like tradition on me. Like I called in sick to school like so many times when I was like in school. Like, oh, I can't go. I partied too hard in the Super Bowl. As much as 13-year-old me could party hard, but I would always stay up and watch the game as late as could be, and all that jazz. So, yeah, Super Monday. I think we need Super Monday off.
Man, we definitely need Super Monday off for sure. Speaking of that, I do need to talk to my boss about me possibly not coming. If the Chiefs, the thing is, if the Chiefs win, I don't know. Like, should I take the Monday off? Because I told you I want to kind of go to the parade, or should I just like, hey, I'm not, or should I be like, hey, I'm not gonna be in most of the week. I'm gonna take a Chiefs holiday.
Whereabouts Terrell? Whereabouts unknown.
Yeah, whereabouts unknown. I'll be working from undisclosed locations, aka Kansas City, because I'll be at the parade. But if they win, so I don't know. Should I just tough it in, go into Monday? Like, hey,
you could be low functioning on Monday.
Low functioning on Monday. Let her know what the vibes are, and then on Wednesday or Thursday, like, hey, I'm gonna be out because I'm going to parade. I think I should have had that conversation last week, but she left.
Should have been a
But
little bit more prepared.
yeah, so I need to have that conversation for sure. She's been texting me about some other things, so maybe I'll just shoot her a text like, hey, are you going to be in later this week? If so, let's talk. So we usually have a one-on-one during each week, so that's a good time for it to come up.
Yeah.
But you got Super Bowl props for us, right?
We got Super Bowl props. We're teasing it for the people. We're gonna have a Super Bowl prop competition. 15 prop bets, because who wants to bet the Super Bowl normally, right? Spreads are lame at this point. So we got 15 props. We got a nice Google Doc. We're gonna share the links for everybody. $5, did we say? $5 buy-in?
$5 buy-in. Some light. You got a couple dollars, couple change hanging around.
Throw it in there.
You'll be able to throw it in there. Venmo us.
It's
Cash
well
App,
worth it. It's well worth
Zelle,
it.
Drop it off Peter's house in person. Whatever.
Don't do that.
Whatever
Do not show up to my house. Actually, you know what? You can show up to my house, you people that know where I live. My buddy Bear's gonna be posting my address on the internet because he's a crazy person.
Anywhere you want to.
So winner takes all. We want to do the first 5 our props out there. Give the people a little tease so they kind of feel.
Yeah, let's do the first 5. The first 5 they're pretty. Your normal ones. We got the coin toss. We got the heads or tails. Peter, what are you going with?
I have a little inside. I sent you the picture of the inside I have on this bet, don't you? I have the actual coin in the house, and I was weighing it out, kind of getting a little
true Peter fashion.
Getting a little dynamic. I was seeing the aerodynamics. When the sun hits it, it might be wet in Miami. I want to see how the rain beads off of it. I'm gonna go with tails.
Tails?
I'm going with tails because I think the head side is going to be a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I'm a big Tails fan too. So San Francisco will be calling the coin top. Oh no, they just do Chiefs or San Francisco, right? They're not actually to call it, do they?
No, because the coin is the logo, and then the backside's the NFL 100 logo. So they're definitely gonna have to call heads or tails.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not like college where it's like a team and then the stadium or whatever. All right. So here's the $1 million question. Number 2, will the coin toss winner win the game?
Sure. I'm going yes.
Oh, he likes it. I wish I did a little bit more research on what San Francisco calls, because I'm gonna go no. I think they call heads San Francisco.
Okay.
So,
what you think it's Richard Sherman calling it? That'd be my guess, right?
Yeah, probably. Is he good luck? Did he call it in the Super Bowl that Seattle won, and did he call it in the Super Bowl Seattle lost?
You think Russell let him call the coin flip?
He could have. Dude, Russell's the most genuine human being I've ever met. Did you just listen to him this weekend at the Pro Bowl with everything that happened on Sunday? It's so corny how lame he is, but it's just he's the nicest human being in the world.
No, he is. He's a nice guy. He does it the right way, but I think moments like that, he does like to take his moments. Right. Over under 2 minutes national anthem. I need to know what the average is to really understand this.
I'll give you a little insight. Demi Lovato is singing it, and she sung like 7 national anthems on the big stage, apparently. And each one's gotten a little bit progressively longer, but they were all under 2 minutes. But her last time she sung a national anthem was at the McGregor-Mayweather fight, and it was 2 minutes and 12 seconds. It was insane. Ooh. So she's like, it's throwing everybody off, and people. But
what she's like trying to come back though. I think
so.
She's like making a comeback, and then does she really get into it and let people know she's back, or does she just keep it simple and short and sweet?
I couldn't believe how she got to 212 because the one before that was 158. It was at it was like at a playoff game. It might have been the World Series. It might have been like a CS or something. And she really drug it out. It felt like she dragged on that bray, like she was pounding that bray for a good 5-6 seconds.
This is something I've always said. So this get right because she obviously rehearses the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So if you work in this stadium,
that's what my mom said. You get a little insight on it, but.
Yeah,
she may not practice. She may not practice actually singing it out loud with the mic on.
No, you do. You do. Trust me. You practice like you're doing the real thing. Everyone does it. You can really get the insight on it.
I know the halftime show. People definitely gonna have the insight on the halftime show.
Definitely. And I'm pretty sure people will let you know the day before if she's gonna be over or under. Those things probably get leaked. If you search hard enough.
It might be close, but then again, Vegas is so good, it's gonna be close. She could be right at like
Yeah.
202, and you're like flirting with that line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I think she just keeps it short and sweet. She's making a comeback, and she's really trying to. So, yeah, but it's a Super Bowl though. Like if you're gonna make a statement, you make a statement at the Super Bowl. Oh, you're going over.
I'm going over. I think she's just
Okay.
gonna. I think she's gonna hit like a nice 205, 206, and I don't know. I think you're right, but I'm with you. She, I don't want to say she gets jitters, but you get a little amped up doing that stuff, and maybe it's a little bit. You go a little bit faster. So all right.
Also, yeah, let's talk about this real quick because there's nerves of like playing football and doing other things, but this has got to be like the top 5 like nerve-wracking things in the world. To sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl, you got millions of people watching, you got a stadium of people watching you, and you got people timing you, and you people are timing you. Like this has got to be like top 5 like nerve-wracking things. And I wouldn't want to make a joke about drugs or anything because it's Demi Lovato, but if it was me, I would need like a shot, maybe 2 to get through it.
Maybe a little calmer, like calm it down a little bit, like whoo.
Something to get through it. This is nerve-wracking.
But that's why they're superstar. Like, I mean, they usually get international superstars to perform to this kind of, I don't want to. It's not the exact same thing, but she's done similar stuff. I mean, she did the McGregor Mayweather fight, which is, I mean,
you're not wrong, but like. You don't have to have cable to watch the Super Bowl, though.
That's
you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I know it's bigger. It's bigger. It's definitely bigger.
You're getting everybody, so I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. So props off to her. Anybody who's ever done this on the stage. So, best of luck to Demi Lovato. Hopefully she's under 2 minutes. All right. Next one we got. Will scoring drive be shorter than the anthem? I'm
going yes. That's easy. Yes. Too many fast. There's too many fast people out there.
I'm going to agree with you. Yes, I can tell you the Chiefs are going to give up easy ones. So yes,
always the optimist.
Mm-hmm. All right, our last one.
All right, longest touchdown of the game. This is a good one. Over under 47.5 yards. Longest touchdown of the game. So
I would really need to see how many times the Chiefs go over a 50-yard, 40. Pretty much a 50-yard touchdown.
Either, yeah. How many times do the Niners give up 50-yard touchdowns? How many times do the Chiefs give up 50-yard touchdowns?
I feel like it's one of these things that like if you have a scoring drive that's shorter than 2 minutes, you also probably gonna have.
Well, you could have the turnover. Quick turnover.
You're right. You're not wrong. Ah, man. I'm gonna go no. I'm gonna no.
You're going
under.
We're gonna play
under.
Little bit of defense. All right. I like that. I'm going to go under 2. I think someone's going to hit a home run, but it's going to be like a 40-yarder. That's going to be the big touchdown of the game, a 40-yarder.
Yeah, 40-yarder, but not 47.5.
Oh,
all right.
But I can see it. So is that all? That is 5 that we
just That's 5. There's a lot more left. That's great stuff. And we might add more to it. Of course, we got the Gatorade bath color one. Come on, people. Really? Tease. We wouldn't do that? Okay, so yeah, we got 15. We'll send out the link. If you want to know the link, I'll give it to you right now if you give me 2 seconds. And because I put it somewhere and now I can't remember. Okay, it's in the chat. It's in chat. It's a Bitly link. So bit.ly/ATR prop bets. So that stands for after review prop bets. Type that in and it'll take you right to the Google link. This is what we'll do. We'll give you all the way up until kickoff. And my man Pete is gonna make a copy of the Google Doc. So even if you try to change it,
how about before a little before kickoff? We're gonna cut it. I think we're gonna cut it at 4:30 Central Time because we got Demi singing. We don't want to leak that out there.
Oh, okay. We'll do it. Well, let's do it right before she does her thing. Whatever. Right. Let's do it right before because people like me who wait last minute to do things like this.
You are that guy.
We'll need this time. Anyways,
I will cut it when she starts singing.
Cut it when she starts singing. Or you can do it a little bit before. At that point, you should have it in. Again, it is bit.ly/ATR prop bets. It'll be there. It'll take you to a Google link. Type your name in. There's a drop down menu. It's really easy. Please do it. Venmo is $5. If you don't want to Venmo is $5 and you win, you won't get the money. So do your own thing at your own risk. Yeah. So that's it. What else you got, Pete?
Let's go. You got a baller of the week this week?
Oh. I do have a baller of the week, and I also have our boy Jalen Hurts has made us. He came back on the scene. He's back for one more I'm not thrilled to share this with people, but hey, I love Jalen Hurts, so I'm gonna share it with people regardless of what happens. He went 6 for 13. Oh, sorry, he was playing the Senior Bowl, trying to showcase like he can play the next level. I think we all know he can play the next level. He just needs some fine tuning. But he was 6 for 13 for 58 yards, 1 touchdown. He also did throw an interception. But I will note that his 1 touchdown he threw was a beautiful ball. And then if he can hone that inner Nissian that he threw for that touchdown, he will be all right. NFL, this is what I got back, the report card from him. Pete heard some bad things. I heard that he didn't hurt himself or he didn't help himself. And there he was Jalen Hurts. They're very intrigued because he's a great leader and he can do things with his feet. I think he is I don't want to call him a project. I think you draft him, and when you have a quarterback who's already established, older guy, I'm trying to get a great example going right now. Do you have a great example of someone he could learn underneath? Like, I think
Trying to-
'cause Russell's got so many years left. But if
Yeah.
the Seahawks would be something maybe ideal.
I mean, but you can do that. You can do what New England did. You know, the kind of heir apparent Jimmy G, and then you kind of ship him out of there.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I think Seattle's a good spot for him.
the problem is there's no mid-tier quarterbacks. It's either we have a bunch of old guys that are about to retire or should retire, and then
Yeah,
kind
we
of
don't have like we don't have
Russell
it.
Rogers maybe, but Rogers is a dick.
Yeah, like Rodgers, like that's not the style of football he's ever gonna play though. You know what I
No,
mean?
I know. So
So like I would say like Baltimore,
Baltimore, yeah.
but like he needs and Lamar and himself still needs to learn. So like he can't really learn under Lamar. Um, I don't know. There'd be somebody out there.
Carolina, if they go with Cam still,
Yeah, Carolina and Cam.
Matt
I
Rule
love Cam.
offense, not a bad.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah. So there's a couple options there. I'm sure as soon as we get off the podcast, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was a great option. And I mean, or even like now, San Francisco, they got their guys. I'm trying to think of
Nope.
like a smart coach like that would like would know how to use them in a sense. Or I know the Cowboys love Cooper Rush, but Jalen Hurts would be better than Dak.
Yeah,
That
that's
wouldn't
not
be a,
bad.
that would
Yeah.
that's not even bad because Dak was kind of the same guy. I think he was a little bit more
That's
gifted.
it's a little bit. That's a
Passing.
comp. That's a comp though. Inaccurate a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah, and he kind of somehow just figured it out. I don't know. Sometimes guys just flip a switch and they figure it out. It's really weird. But yeah. So what about my baller of the week though? I got a different baller of the week. Baylor's athletic director. I don't know his name, but he hired Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator for LSU. Great job by him because Dave has done a lot of great things. He has hired Larry. I've lost his name. The old North Carolina head coach, Larry Fedora. Sorry, as his offensive coordinator, he just stole the player personnel guy from Texas A&M, Austin Thomas. So he has things shaking over there for Baylor. They're not going to miss a
They're
beat.
back.
I know
Baylor's
they're
back.
going to be back. He's obviously a great defensive coordinator, so they're going to play defense in the conference that does not play defense. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, so hats off to Baylor. They went through the whole thing and then now they're back. So it's always good to see teams who fall rise back up. Anyway, especially in the Big 12, they need any teams who can ever rise.
Anybody. That's not
Yeah.
Texas.
So that's my rant. Pete, who's in your doghouse?
My doghouse. Little on the sadder note. Pretty much everybody on social media with what happened Sunday that were spreading information before it was out there that wasn't necessarily accurate. There was some, pretty shocking stuff out there about everything with Kobe. So just kind of that not good news. Like people with check marks, like blue check marks on Twitter, were sharing stuff that was not true. You don't need to be first. Just be right in a sensitive situation like that. So just that doghouse.
Yeah, that's sad to hear. I think so. We give the people so we got football ending. I feel like we've talked a lot about football on this podcast. So we should give them a forecast of what we're kind of going to do after football. I think this will turn into obviously we'll keep football in the room, but it'll turn into more of a GM head mindset. We'll talk about draft, what teams should do. I'm sure we'll give people like coaches been hired because we haven't really hit on that. And then we'll also, slowly switch it. We've been trying to
We
slowly
got to
switch
get
it
into
into
hoops, right? It's basketball season.
we'll get into hoops. we'll hit hoops a little more heavily, and then we'll splash a little bit of college hoops in there.
March
Maybe
Madness, of course. Yeah, we're
March Madness,
we're all
of
sports
course.
podcasts. It'd be very boring if we would have nothing to give y'all people.
And then obviously the baseball will start there too, and Peter will lead the way there.
I have no problem doing that.
Because my Royals suck, and I don't really love to talk about them.
That was one of the prop bets, by the way. More points, Chiefs or Royals wins this season.
That's tough. That's real tough. But anyways, that's kind of where the podcast is going. Yeah. You got anything else from Pete?
No, I think it sounds good. All right, we hope you all sign up. Remember, we'll have the link. I'll put that link everywhere. We'll tweet it out, post it out. So come find us, join us, and we'll see you all next week.